Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of RaceDayTV, the live show. I'm your host, Mark Beaudry, joined with my co-host, Benjamin Bazowski.
What's
up? We have Ryan Lawless over here. This dude right here, he just wandered in off the street. I've never seen him before. What's up, Pork Chop?
What's going on, guys?
I know I can't call you Pork Chop anymore, though, because you're like half the size you were when you were Pork Chops. Now you're like...
I don't know. I think that's false.
What's up, chicken breast?
I've been called a bunch of things. Lamb chop.
Oh, there it is. Lamb chop. I like that. Those are gross, but...
What, lamb chop's playing along over here?
So, fill the audience in of who you are for people that don't know.
Well, I'm Pork Chop. Been racing at Hudson for a long time, since I was like 13 years old. I think I started going there racing. First time at the track, I was about 10 or 11 at Star Speedway. Used to go there with George Baldwin. He was running modifieds up there. And, I knew my dad used to race back at Hudson back in the day. So I really wanted to get him back into racing. I was like, Dad, you should get a car again. You should get a car again. And one day I came home from school or wherever I was, and they go, hey, we're going to look at a race car tomorrow night. I'm like, oh, cool. It's awesome, And they're like, yeah, you're going to be driving it. I was like, oh, no shit. Broke down crying. Was so happy.
That's awesome. What was your first car?
It was a Ford Pinto in the Thunder Light division.
I remember that car, too.
At Hudson Speedway. And
so the Thunder Lights are what we have now?
Thunder, it's like a youth division.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
that's the same one Derek was in and stuff too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
All right, so that division's got a lot of good drivers that have come out of it. Then.
Yeah, when I ran it, I was racing with Justin Beecher.
Who?
Justin Beecher, Cabana Boy.
Oh, Cabana Boy, yes, yeah. I know that guy.
And it was Chad Wendell, one of Mitch Wendell's kids, Megan Lord, Jared Susie, bunch of good drivers. And Dennis over here, B&O Auto, was my first ever sponsor that I had.
Wow.
I'll never forget that. So I'm very thankful for Dennis on that one.
Wow, that's awesome. So how many different cars have you had over the years? And what is your favorite and why? I'm just curious.
Well, I've had you mean that I've driven or I've actually owned
your
cars?
Me
and my dad?
Yep.
So me and my dad, we've had, I think, 3 or 4 different streeters, an Outlaw late model, and 2 4-bangers. And my favorite is obviously the street stocks, but I don't know. I've had a lot of fun cars. I had fun in the Outlaws too, but my favorite car is probably my first street stock that I had was that was a good piece. It's Beecher's car now. She's still winning. All
right. Wow.
I absolutely hate getting beat by my old car, but yeah, she's a good piece. I won 13 races my first ever year in a street stock in that car and the championship. So.
Well, you won the Mighty Mike Lewis a couple times, didn't you?
The first year I ran it, yeah. I won my first race in that car, heat and feature, 2 weeks in a row.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So is that your number one race that you look back upon right now? Is the Mighty Mike your favorite, or is there a different one?
I don't really know if I like Oktoberfest weekend. That's what I really look forward to. I just never really got a win at Lee, but I have a lot of good runs there. I feel when I go there.
You have no wins at Lee?
No wins.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, I finished second, third there countless times. No luck on getting a W there.
Hey, me too.
Unless you count the wall.
The closest I came to a W there was probably the Kyle Busch race there last year.
That's right, you were moving.
Yeah, I had that race in the bag.
You coming
back
to the next one?
End was blowing up in it, or?
No, that was a long time ago on one of my old cars.
Yeah,
this one I led 40 laps or something, and then we had a restart with 10 to go. I was checking out, and I think Milton and Rollins got into it, and I ended up getting collected.
I do remember this race down. Yeah.
So.
It's always the guys out back that screw you. Always.
So we have an event coming up at Lee on the 21st. Are you going to be there to try to get your first win?
At Lee?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how everything goes at Hudson. My plan is for this year is to run Hudson for points. And if that goes to the shitter, I'll probably end up running Lee and Claremont, but we'll see what happens.
All right. So describe to me your favorite track out of the Lee, Hudson, Claremont, and why.
My favorite track, hands down, Hudson, just because I've been going there for so long, and seeing all the improvements that Ben's done since he's owned it just makes me want to go back each week because he's doing a ton of the track and for the racers, not just at Hudson but Lee and Claremont too. So, But I like racing Lee. It's just tough with the Friday nights. I live so far away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough getting up there to actually race, you know. But, yeah, I got to say Hudson. It's Old Faithful. I love it there.
It's an awesome track. It's fun. Those cars, I think, run the best at Hudson. There's something about the super streets there that are just awesome. That last Mighty Mike race was pretty badass as well.
Yeah, that was fun. That Pro V8 race that I did there, I actually had a blast. It reminded me of like the old rookie stock days running on 7-inch tire.
Was it this year?
Yeah, just
So
a couple
it was
weeks
the
ago.
one that I was at Claremont
it was
for.
the blue and black car you
Yeah,
had.
the metric car.
Nothing made me more mad than when everybody kept telling me, like, oh, we had such a fun time at Hudson. I was over at Claremont, and I couldn't even go. And I was like, the first one of these Hudson Fun Days, I didn't even get to see.
Yeah, it was so fun. I had a blast.
Thank
from
you.
there.
Yep. Keep telling me. It was so much fun.
I even got
It
dumped.
was fantastic.
I was leading the race, and I had the race pretty much won. And even though I got dumped, I still got out of the car, and I was smiling and had fun.
I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for you to go berserk.
Were you shocked that I was wicked calm?
I'm like, no, this isn't the same Austin I know.
Dude, I had fun.
The old school style.
I just went up to him. I was like, "Yeah, you know, you probably shouldn't have done that. You probably should have waited. You were nowhere near my door or anywhere close to passing me." He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." So I know he didn't do it on purpose. He got excited.
Yeah, well, I mean, Mitch hasn't raced in how many years?
Right.
I mean,
And I knew that,
probably
too.
close to what, 6 years, I think.
Yeah. 13 years.
13 years. Wow.
And I almost got beat by
13
him.
years?
All right. So now that a lot of the statute of limitations have passed from
You sure?
years past
I
at
raced against that
Oktoberfest.
car in the Outlaw days. And I'm pretty sure I could see it being like 8, but I don't think it was. Oh, you know what though? He stopped though for a few years after that. Yeah, so you're probably right. Yeah, it's probably 13 years. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right.
The last time I seen his kid race was one of my first street stock wins. I saw that. And his kid finished second, I think, and I don't think he's raced since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So obviously, only stories that the statute of limitations have passed on. I have heard. So I didn't go to my first Oktoberfest till a couple years ago. I've heard some fun hijinks have ensued at this facility over the years. Are there any fun stories? Maybe you can fill me in on what I've missed.
I don't know, man. There's a lot that's happened there over the years, but Oktoberfest has always been fun. Been going there since I was like 14 years old and getting drunk and doing all the stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing at that age. But I mean, now I look at it like I don't even like getting drunk like that anymore. I'd rather just go to sleep.
The next day is so much more painful.
When you get older, you realize how much you value sleep.
Right. Well, so yeah,
Climbing up on the guy's camper fool.
yeah, that happened one time. I was blackout. I don't even know what I was doing. Do a lot of stupid shit when you're drinking.
Oh, the couch. I'm hearing the famous couch.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That's what me and Dennis were talking about.
Yeah,
back in the
I
day.
heard. Yep. Oh boy, Erickson for the win. Oktoberfest 2024. What is the lady in the panda head? I don't know if I.
No idea.
That is also from Harmon, so we don't know.
Well, I remember one Oktoberfest. I think this is when, I don't know if Red owned it or Norm just bought it. Bob Williams choked me out.
Yeah, I did hear. Bob has told me that story a lot of times.
And he choked me right out. I was on the ground, and he's just like, I gotta leave. I'm like, what? What's wrong? What happened?
This is why I can't drink.
Remember one year somebody had I think it was Jay Townsend. He had his camper with his Xbox and set up with NASCAR right outside.
Yeah, that's
Remember
what
that?
happened. We were playing Xbox. Me and Bob got in a fight, and he choked me out.
I was there that time. Yeah.
Ooh, we can do that this year.
Good.
Because I have the
on the
projector.
projector?
Oh,
yeah, I have the big projector. We
Dude,
can literally
we can
have
do
like
that.
NASCAR racing there.
We're definitely doing that.
Bring my
dirt
Xbox
version
in.
too.
What?
Huh?
On mine, I have the dirt stuff.
Do you?
That'd be cool.
Oh, that's the same light that. Okay, that makes sense. That should be. We should definitely do that. I think we're gonna try some really, really cool
Tournament of
stuff
Champions.
at Oktoberfest this year. That would be awesome.
Racing wise, my best story at Oktoberfest has to be that time my rear end blew up. Though I was.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I had a piece that time. We were going to the front.
Is that something that happened or something that should happen? Oh. Am I going to say this on air?
Are you going to build it, Dennis? Are you gonna build it?
Oh, no, Nancy just came on and said it. Yep. Moon Mountain hot tubs at Lee. So apparently it was something that has already happened. Oh, that would be fun. Oh, that's a good idea.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans are half the fun, I think, of like an Oktoberfest, though.
So
They really are.
the reason why I can't do shenanigans anymore because I always think there's that one level that we shouldn't do.
You do?
Oh yeah.
I've never been around you when you went one step too far.
He's like Farva from Super Troopers. His
Oh, yes.
are cruel and unusual.
I like the cookout that you had last year.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
We'll be doing that again.
I also liked the Pro Stock Nationals. Was a good time too.
Yeah, I didn't sleep for shit that whole weekend because I was so stressed out.
Did
Hey,
have a nice
got it
little
in,
setup.
though. That's for sure. Got it in. And the amount of people that stayed around for it was
I couldn't
awesome.
believe it. It was like, holy shit. And trust me, next year's going to even be bigger and badder and more badass.
Which is awesome. Here, let me real quick touch on upcoming stuff. So before that, let's get through all of our race results for last week. Are you ready?
Must be a ton.
All right, so Keegan Tabor came in first. Kyle Kenny, my boy, dude, just as excited as the week before, came in second. Amy Jaycox in third. GR Dave came in fourth, and Andrea Santamore came in fifth. Amy Jaycox is on a tear.
Oh, yeah,
that car
she's
is
coming.
flying, which is awesome to see. I have to read those before. Okay. Best Austin. When it's an Austin story, I have to pre-read them before I just start answering, saying them out over the show. Best Austin Erickson memory is getting my first win back in the Thunder Lights after he told me to hit the top side for once.
Yeah, that's a true story. He listened to me and he got the W.
Because you run everywhere. You don't just bottom
You ran
feed.
Seekonk for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, I ran a whole season at Seekonk in a street stock down there.
boy.
That place is, I mean, it's not my style of racing. Like, they'll get right to your left rear quarter and they'll just sail it right in there and drive down the side of your car. And that's not my style of racing, but you got to adapt to that when you race there. And I tell you what, it's pretty fun. They get a shitload of cars there.
Speaking of Seekonk, Open Wheel Wednesday, RaceDayTV will be broadcasting that entire event in its entirety. We are the exclusive provider.
Is Benny Boy going to be operating a camera? Come on, let me operate a camera, Mark. You know you want to.
That question actually has come up.
Can he be the pit road interview person?
How's the car going today?
How's it feel to suck?
So if it's no real secret, we have in one of our Race Day TV employees is in the hospital, so we are a little short-handed right now, but we will be doing good, and hopefully he will be on the mend soon. I don't want to put his business out there, but a couple people know what happened. But on top of that, yeah, I think John Boy is going to run Victory Lane camera for me. He's already
You
volunteered.
got to make sure you're steady because you're walking around and we don't want to do
Oh, yes.
You don't want to
we
fall
don't want
over.
to fall over.
I got Judy going down, and I either got Barry coming or Nick Tito's going to step in for on the camera over there.
Nick Tito knows how to run a camera real good.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
just be the guy that's, hey, I'm just here to have fun.
You are on the list. I did put you on the
Knows a lot
list.
about racing too, Nick Tito.
Yes.
He's a historian, I think, for
Oh,
Seekonk.
dude. Oh, no, he's a historian all
all
of
the
New
tracks.
England.
Yeah.
Trust me, he sent me like a whole rap sheet of like who won heat from like 1975. I'm like,
All the way through.
all the way through. It's like, holy shit.
We actually gave him, they were sitting around in the other office, and there was just boxes and boxes full of racing papers and
From
all
like the
kinds of
80s
stuff.
and 90s. We had a bunch of them, so I'm like, well, here, Nick, you could use these.
That's
so.
pretty cool.
And he was pretty psyched about it.
Yeah.
He actually finally picked him up at the Claremont banquet, and he had his little car with all his equipment. He's like, oh, I didn't realize these totes were that big. So we're like unpacking the totes into his car to make it all fit. Claremont Motorsports Park, guys, this Friday night, NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series kicks off with the Sportsman Modifieds, the Outlaws, the Super Streets, Mini Stocks, Six Shooters, and Pure Stocks. It is the third event in the Summer Six Pack Series. 77 laps, honoring the 77 laps of Claremont. That's how 77 years that track has been in existence. We have pits open at 4, gates at 5, hot laps at 5. Racing kicks off at 7 p.m. Yeah, Nick is a great guy. Everybody knows Nick. Moving down on Sunday, we have NEMA Lights at the Family Fun Track. Jim O'Brien Memorial, 50 laps of NEMA Lights, plus the Mick Mulkin Chevrolet Sportsman Modifieds, the Northeast Auto Import Super Streets, the Ridge Runners, the Granite State Indoor Gun Range 6-shooters, and the MLM Diagnostic Service Pure Stocks. Gates open at 10 a.m. Main gates are at 11:30, and practice at 12:05, and racing kicks off at 1:15 p.m. That is going to be a fun event as
50
well.
laps for the NEMA lights. That's going to be a
Dude,
show.
those guys put on a good show at Hudson, and I think they're doing a
Autograph
session too,
Bring your
so.
kids. So the autograph session with NEMA Lights, and that is something that's going to be super,
Yeah,
super
you ever
cool.
try one of those?
Hell no.
Oh, dude,
I don't know if he'd fit.
I'm telling
I would.
dude, no, so Dennis there, Dennis O'Brien, who helps me out with the Heroes. He has like a big boy chassis one. I got in it. That was the most adrenaline rush I have had. Dude, it's literally like, the gas pedal's up and down, and the brake is a slide brake.
The steering wheel's up and down too,
it's
isn't
up
it?
and down like this.
Like a boat.
Really?
Yeah, but you know what though? I kind of like if I had like 15 laps, I probably could figure it out. But
Damn.
I was going easy because I just didn't want to wreck this guy's car because it was because they were racing. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna, I'm just going out there for like a little, exhibition thing. I just want to try it, and I didn't want to wreck it. I'm like, man, if I really like,
When was that?
it was a couple years ago.
What was it that? Oh, was it last year? Somebody was trying to get you in something at Hudson.
Me, it was my car.
No. It was a tour. A tour came, and they were trying to get you into something, and you were like, no, I shouldn't.
That was them.
Was it the NEMA? I thought it was.
NEMA. They wanted me to.
I thought it was
got
last
in
year.
it, and I go, if I get in this and I like it, I'm gonna wind up owning one. Like,
Right.
Get in the car. I'm like, yeah.
Jess is like, no.
I got in anyway, and I'm like, this thing's awesome. It's just the adrenaline rush is nuts.
At least you got in that one.
Yeah.
The only thing close, similar-ish to that, I was in a 600 mini sprint, which was super, super cool. And the funnest thing I ever drove was they had these like half-scale pickup trucks that had they were like dwarf car pickup trucks.
Yeah.
And a guy was trying to start them up years and years ago, and had 5 or 6 of them, and for some reason let me drive one at Claremont one night, and I was like, this is awesome. Thing is awesome. It's the same thing. You just got the bar. You don't even shift. You just slap it. Boom, 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 back, forth. I was like, that is awesome. So we know you've never been in a NEMA. What have you been in, different car-wise?
My fat ass stuffed into a legend car one time down in Florida, and that was.
I think we need pictures of
Where
that.
did you race that? Florida.
I didn't race it. It was a practice. I was down there all week. We were racing at Auburndale Speedway.
Okay. Yep.
And I was with the Newcomb family, and Paul let me try his legend car out, and it was a tight squeeze in the car. I mean, I was comfortable in the car, but I was borrowing someone's fire suit. I believe it was Nicholas Scola's fire suit, and that was not comfortable. I was so tight in that friggin' thing.
Fat man, little car.
Yeah, little fire suit too, man. It was bad, but nobody told me too. If you spin out in those things, you're supposed to throw in the clutch because when you're rolling backwards,
you'll
it'll
fry
strip
the starter
Yeah,
out.
nobody told me that, and I spun it out and smoked Paul's starter. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
So that they make this thing where it's
Hey, look, it's my favorite racer.
so
It's
they
my little sister.
So they have this. It's a starter, but what it is that it's on like a pivot point. So when you start it, you pull a lever and it pulls it out from the motor.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. To keep it from stripping like
to
that?
keep it from stripping. So if you spun, you literally just flow this thing back and start the car and pull it back out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That would take some getting used to, I think, for an
yeah.
old street stock guy like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, get you in a dwarf car.
I'm telling you,
I'd try it. I'm down
dude,
to try anything.
they're fun. Oh my god, they're fun.
Michelle just sent me a picture of you going out on the track in one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that I have to put that up later. We'll have to remind
Yeah.
everybody
Oh my
all
God,
about that. We'll repost it.
That was fun.
Probably the funnest car I ever got to drive was Ben's car at the Rummagey Brung race.
Oh, you drove my old Outlaw, right?
Yeah, his old Outlaw.
Cars for sale right now.
I know.
Yeah,
Guy's selling it right now.
You don't want it now.
Did it ever get fixed? No.
Nope. My dad sold it the way it is, and the guy that has it, I think,
Just ran it?
just ran it. I
Yeah.
think.
And then he got put in the wall.
Yeah.
With it
Hard.
pretty hard last
Hard.
year.
So didn't I.
What's your hardest hit you've ever had? Was it the one last year?
Probably. That rang my bell a little bit, but I've never, knock on wood, I've never really destroyed a car like on my own. I mean, that happened at Waterford last year, but I was spun out, stopped in the middle of the track, and last place came in hot without looking past his hood pins. Cleaned me right out.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
but other than that, I've really never stuffed a car in the fence or anything. Hope
Words
that
you
doesn't
probably
happen.
shouldn't have just said.
Yeah, I know. Well,
You are sitting next to Ben.
if it does happen, you guys will catch me on a lake fishing for the rest of my life.
That's one of the things when I decided to stop racing was like I had so much money invested and I was horrible and I was like back of the pack. So as much money as I had to run the back of the pack, if I stuffed that thing in the wall, like that was a significant hit for me for probably the next 5 years of my life. So I was like, I'll just sell this thing. It's junk anyways. And then the guy went and won numerous championships with it up at White Mountains. So apparently it was me, not the car. I don't know.
I think we established that last week.
Yeah. Coming up here, guys, pretty soon, guess who is coming to Lee USA Speedway?
Oh, Rowdy Bush.
Coming back for redemption. I put if you guys all know what I feel like right here. Have you ever wanted to slap somebody when they post something? I put up the Kyle Busch thing on Facebook and somebody wrote underneath it, are you guys going to actually like let him race or is he just here to sell tickets? I was like, dude, did you watch last year? Like he put on a show.
I don't even think he would show up if it was like that. He wants to race.
He wants it, yeah.
He wouldn't show up.
Yeah. You got to remember, there's a lot of morons on
I was like, unbelievable.
too, so.
Cup weekend kickoff, guys. Fireworks. NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch comes to Lee to try to take home the checkers this year. He was denied them last year. He's coming to grab them this year.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to say I talked to him and he said that, but I'm coming up with that. He won't answer my calls. Like, you should talk to me. He's like, nope, not happening. So also on that weekend, guys, you have all the racing that's going on up at Loudon. And I've heard their camping is 100% sold out. That's what I just heard this week.
Probably.
Guess who has camping available? Lee USA Speedway. Let's do a stay and play package, guys. All of you guys can come camp at Lee USA Speedway from Thursday to Monday, $40. Camp, come to the races on Friday night, go up to Loudon on the big track Saturday, Sunday, come back, get your camper on Sunday night, Monday, get back to work, and right here, somebody, I saw that comment, had to bite my tongue. I was literally ready to throw my phone across my living room.
They don't tell me this because I don't have Facebook anymore. So, and they know if they tell me all this stuff, I turn beet red and then I get pissed off. So,
yeah, somebody kind of ratted me out on something the other day. Ben's like, wait, is this a story I should know? I was like, no, this is definitely not something you should be hearing right now. So you got to stop talking. So stay and play, guys. $40. Get yourself a camping spot for the weekend. Come right inside, have some fun, watch Kyle Busch, then go up and watch him, spank everybody up at Loudon as well. I include that in my story I'm writing about camping. Absolutely.
go for it.
Absolutely. Come stay and play, and then go watch the big boys and go home after. We'll probably have some hijinky stuff going on.
Or you could do something else on Sunday.
Yeah.
The 23rd.
You can also come. Well, I'm just saying, all those people that have sold out up there. Also, Hudson Speedway, guys, the Hudson Grand Prix and Nelcar are in action. Now, explain to me the Grand Prix.
Okay.
Because you've explained, I get it, but I want to make sure everybody else gets it.
So it's more of I just want to try it because if people don't know me right now, I like to think outside the box and I like to do stupid stuff just because, hey, why not, right? So pretty much what it is that we're eliminating the backstretch and you got to come down into the X, go down and hook a hard right to go back up onto like turn 3. So it's pretty much almost like a kidney shape.
That's awesome. That's going to be fun. I
Hurts
can't
my
wait.
brain thinking about it.
I can draw you a photo if that helps.
Yeah, I need a passenger this way, that way, this way.
Look, your dad's at a car show right now. He's not even hanging out watching you on this right
Him
here.
and Keith are at a rat rod show, bringing,
Of course,
yeah,
yeah.
showing off their cool rat rods.
Did he get the one that? Did he get the one that that I sold him? Done?
Rat rod?
Yeah, the old race car one.
Oh, he's working on it. Have you seen it lately?
Yeah, I painted his. He
Yeah, the
painted his
old colors. It's
yeah.
not done yet, but it looks nasty. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I have to check this out. I love your
I
one.
gave him a deal on that thing.
We just started stripping the enduro car last night. I helped Keith with that a little bit.
Oh, nice. The Scion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When should we expect more info on that race? Which race? We've talked about a couple
You talking
here.
about the Kyle Busch race or the Sunday Fun Day one? see the Sunday Funday one. That's already up online.
Yep, they're all up on. Well, Kyle Busch's too.
Kyle
that whole
Busch's
thing is
too,
up
yeah.
online.
Yeah,
So
no rage quitters allowed though in that race, so you can't come.
also in action. So we have the Hudson Grand Prix in Nelcar.
The Grand Prix. Yeah.
Yep. So that's going to be featuring the Nelcar Legends, Nelcar Bandoleros, spectator races, Hudson Hippos, Pro V8s, 4, 6, and 8 cylinder enduros, figure 8 race, Hudson Hornets, and one-on-one drags. Yeah. So who here is running the kidney? Everybody but Nelcar, or just a certain thing?
No. So pretty much the enduros that weekend, except for the pros, are going to run the kidney. That's okay. They don't get a full track. They get the down, around, and all that stuff.
Hippos are doing it?
Are the Hippos?
We could, depending on if there's only 2, probably not. I'll just have them run the regular track. If we get more, and I'll talk to those guys, because my plan was to have the 4, 6s, and 8s enduros run them.
I have been excited for this race since we all talked about it.
I just want to know how many people are actually going to do the figure 8, because I mean, I know in the rules it says you have to have a cage, but if it's good people driving and you use your head, we do make an exception. I mean, if they're fully rot boxes, then
add a jump.
Yeah, I saw that, Andrew. We watched that recently.
Yeah, no, we're not adding.
It's that video that got sent to us with the jump that you sent to me.
Oh, was that at the Freedom Factory?
Yeah, the one that went through the air.
It was his stuff. I don't know if it was a Freedom Factory though.
I think it was at the Freedom Factory.
It was at the Freedom Factory, but the problem is that Cletus doesn't give a crap about that track.
Seekonk does the jump too.
Yeah, but that's all concrete.
Yeah, I'm not.
Where Freedom Factory, they'll destroy it and he'll just repave it. He doesn't care.
He'll rip it up and repave
I'm not doing that.
No, especially since you just did all that.
Yeah, I just resurrected a track. So.
So coming up after that, guys, I know we have a little bit of a lull at Lee, but we are directly right back at Lee on 6:30 for the Uncle Sam Slam. NEMA Lights, Evolved Pro Trucks, Open Pro Stock, Super Streets, and Ridge Runners. 6:30. Get that on your calendar. One lap, they have to skip the infield and hit the jump.
Yeah, they were using like a pit road one. The one I saw, you could either go down the pit road and avoid it, or you can go off the jump on the front stretch or something.
No, if I put a jump on the back stretch, someone will go right through the freaking billboard wall
into the pond.
And I'm sorry, I don't have the equipment to get you out.
Yeah, that would stink. Yeah, it's the Keen Parts. Is it the Keen Parts 150? I believe it is at Lee. We've got to give a shout out to Keen Parts for coming back on board as well. I'm excited for this race. I got to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I am too. Especially now because we did, we got the new track lighting, and then we're starting to redo the lighting in the pits. Pretty much, we're just taking all the old bulbs and putting LEDs in, and
something better to listen to in the pits here. Hopefully, that should be done too for Kyle Busch Night. New speakers going in the pits.
We'll have the new PA system up for the pit area, so everyone can hear what's going on and all that. Actually, we just put because the problem with Lee is that the staging area, the people that have the microphone to tell everyone, like, hey, go down staging, they can't see what's going on. So now we have a computer, now we have a monitor inside the registration booth so they can see what's lining up and what's not lining up, so they can go click, hey, guys, let's go.
Let's go. Get it on the move.
Yeah. I remember sitting down there and staging at Lee for like 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
sometimes.
I hated that.
Not even close to
I hated that.
Yeah, that was the worst part about going there.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22. Either you sit around waiting or you feel like you're rushing to get there to not miss. So
I love catching 22s. Everybody's trying to catch me.
I like the new numbers, by the way. Those look pretty slick. I saw the color, and I was like, there's something about that color on a race car that just looks awesome.
Yeah, it's something different. I mean, I've always had black race cars, so I wanted to do with the white body, and then I saw a picture of like an all-white body with all black decals, and I was like, that looks pretty nasty, but it's too plain. So purple's pretty cool.
One of my favorite Ricky Bly cars was that black car that just had the the white car with just the black letters on it. That thing when it was outlined in
black
yellow
chassis
and stuff,
with the white body.
that thing was badass.
Yeah.
I I actually missed the car that your brother has now. Is the one that George
Your old
rode-
Streeter?
My old Streeter, when it looked like the battleship. It
Yeah.
had all
I
the
have
shark
that
mouth
body
on
if
it.
you want.
Oh,
it.
the shark body, yes.
Shark mouth on it. The body looked cool. It was just I couldn't drive it because I suck. But
Oh, we'll take a
have
door
some
panel
car.
if you want to get rid of one
We
from the
have. I
studio.
was just gonna say we have all the body panels off of that car and Steve's car, the all white one.
Oh,
We
no
have all
kidding.
those body panels at my
That's
shop.
cool.
Yeah.
that's cool.
If you guys ever come across some body panels out there, you racers, we will take them and
Where are
have
we
you
gonna put them? We
No.
have a stack of them out there.
I can't give those ones away, so I'm looking for some for giveaways that you autograph that we can give away to people at the tracks. I would like to do some more of the giveaways and giving people stuff. So,
Yeah.
I can probably hook you up with some stuff.
oh yeah, well I have all my panels are in the basement. Like I don't want to give those ones away either because those ones are really really cool. But you know, if we get some for people, there's nothing more that a kid likes to get at a racetrack than
Free
a
stuff.
piece of a car
Yeah.
or a trophy or something like
second,
that.
third place trophies.
Actually, did
usually
I ever
give them to
tell
kids.
you that when I was redoing Hudson, I found an old door panel from like a junker car?
No.
Yeah, so when I cut down the trees in the on the pits, and there was a ditch. So when I was I put the pipe in for the ditch and I was filling everything in, and we had to dig out some old stumps, and we pulled the stump out. We see this big piece of steel, like what the hell? So this guy Scott Buca, he's cleaning it off and pulls this giant door panel out, and he's like, "This is a freaking race panel." I forgot what someone told me it wasn't an actual race car. It was like a kind of almost like an enduro car, but they called it something else.
Huh. More T-shirt cannon. Jaden got 2 shirts the other week. Well, that wasn't the point of the cannon.
Yeah,
So people, more than one person got all the shirts. But the cannon the cannon will be at Claremont
And Hudson.
and at Hudson. It travels with a RaceDayTV trailer. So wherever we are, the cannon is.
I told you that was a good investment.
It's awesome. I love that thing. I went and got the tanks filled up the other day, and the guy asked, he's like, "Are people liking it?" And I was like, "They love it." He's like, "We should probably start selling these here in our store too." I was like, "You probably should, dude. They're awesome." For the amount of money it was actually surprisingly cheaper than you think it would. Because
it's
that
not
thing,
bad.
you get that charged up right. It's all about the shirt fitting in there correctly. You get one that fits in there tight, and you get it to 125 psi. I think will shoot
you put
it.
it in the can, you put it all the way down, and you'll notice people. I put it in, and I slam the gun on the ground just to
Accelerates.
Yeah.
Even if you get like a little rod or something, just to stuff it down there.
No, I might I'll leave the rod in there. Fuck.
Spear fishing.
Arrow roulette with the friggin' t-shirt gun.
Yeah, see, somebody found a piece of Stephen Kopic's car. Yeah, that's the stuff. I remember when I was like 8. So back in the day when I was younger, you couldn't. Let's see. What did I miss?
What one?
Oh. And then when Aaron Aiken's tire, exited the vehicle, he started to hill and give me the tire. Kid was probably 10 years old. So back when I was a wee little one, you weren't allowed in the pits. But what would happen is 5 minutes after the last car got back onto the track, they would open the gate and they'd let people come through.
Oh my god.
Five. I'm like thrown off here now. 5 minutes after the last car parked, they would allow you into the pits, and you would walk around, and like that's what really got my excitement going, because like you would find, like as Emily Miller says, shiny things on the track. You'd find them there. Like I had a hood pin that followed me probably till I was like 17 years old, because I was like, this is really cool. That's off Dwight Jarvis's modified. Like it was mine. Like I found it. I was like, this is so cool. It's little stuff like that. Also, let's see, what else did we done this week? Do we have to talk about anything else? Oh yeah, we increased payouts.
Yeah, we did the increased payouts.
So yeah, thank you very much to the sponsors that have come on and really helped Judd's Automotive, especially for the Tour late models over at Claremont, who really boosted up that
And bear
purse.
in mind too, we are still looking for divisional sponsors to up everyone's payoff.
absolutely.
It's just, we try and sell all of them, but sometimes sponsors just stick there. Hey, I like this division.
This is the division I want to do.
So
at the end of the day, if it's down to this is the division I want, well, that's what you're going to get. If that's the one you want to, I'm not going to feel like that's not fair. Let's sponsor over here. In time, we brought the Super Streets up 50 to win, and then $25 up through.
Wait, 50 to win?
Another 50 to win.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah,
I was
no,
just-
you only get $50.
Only
You get 50. I'll keep the
I
500.
can't wait.
We're gonna give that to a lucky fan.
It's gonna be Austin's first win at Lee's. Like, this is great. $50 it is.
Word.
in a gold star.
No, silver one. We
Silver
can't
one,
give him a
silver,
gold
yeah.
one. The pure and six stocks, pure and the six shooters. Those needed to come up quite a bit. Those divisions are the ones that are there week in, week out, and did what we could there. Let's see. We also new food that is going to be coming soon. I'm excited about that.
I like food.
I like the family pack. That was
The family four-pack.
That's gonna be
Well,
really cool.
So Claremont and Lee, we got some deal. I'm working on Hudson right now because Hudson's an outside
Outside vendor, so that
outside
one
vendor,
is.
So I'm working on that one right now.
In Claremont, that food will not be ready for this week either.
No.
That stuff has not come in. This was
you got to order special stuff. And
this
all
was a
that
recent
stuff, all
decision
good
that
jazz.
was done this week. So I want to explain the family four-pack because a lot of people were a little confused on that. So it's 2 adults and 2 kids, 12 and under. If you if the race is a $15 race, that family four-pack is $30. If it's a $20 race, it's $40.
It's the price of 2 adult.
two adult tickets.
So
The whole thing that we are trying to do away with, that is the famous Austin Erickson. Look at that. The thing that we're trying to do is, if it comes down to you not being able to come to the races because you can't afford to pay for your kids to come to, we want the next generation of racers to come. This is what
we want
hooks
them to see, the excitement and everything else.
John actually had a really good idea today, and hope I'm not speaking out of term on his, but like he's gonna start doing coloring contests for the kids. Like, how awesome is that?
Cool idea, I think. Yeah.
We got some really, really cool race book, race car coloring books and stuff like that. So expect
I think
that.
I told John because he did mention it to me before you told him. I said, well, if anything you should do is you should have him do a coloring contest or just have like a standard car or whatever, but color it to your favorite driver.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Is the coloring contest 50 to win too? Because I might take $100 home that night.
Gotta stay
No,
inside
I was,
the line.
I was thinking like an ice cream bar. He's like, that's
Well,
so
I mean,
Forget the race. I just want to do
ice
the.
cream bar too.
I just want the coloring contest now. The car can stay in the trailer.
kind of want an ice cream now too. Darn it.
Oh, Jesus.
So how did you come up with the 22? There's always a story behind numbers for the most part. I'm just curious.
Well, my first number was the double L for Troppy and Georgie Baldwin, since they helped me with racing so much, get into it. And then I wanted to do something of my own, and my dad used to be 22 back in the day. And I have always like double-digit numbers, like 11 or 00, 22. Like, I just think it looks cool. So
I thought maybe you were like a really big Joey Logano fan, so I just was double checking.
No, I think I had the 22 before even he was in the 22. I don't know, but
Ward Burton.
no, just my
Oh,
dad.
jeez.
Pull out an old.
Looking back through, 'cause like I said, I don't know much about you before 2020. So, what was your favorite? You don't even have to be a race. What is a win? What is a race that you look back on right now, and if you could do it all over again because it was that much fun, what would it be?
I have a lot of those, but probably that one race, that Kyle Busch night at Lee. I really wanted to win that race, but I had a lot of fun driving that one car too that I drive for this guy Kenny Rigo. He's got a really nice car, and anytime I get in that thing, I have a blast. I can put that car anywhere on the track, and she's a wicked nice car.
What about the mini stock days?
The mini stocks were fun. I had a wicked nice mini stock. That was back at like Star when everybody had, it was kind of like run what you brung. They scaled the cars and checked carburetors, and that's about it. So my Roadrunner was basically a full-blown mini stock, and that thing was a lot of fun. I went to Hudson one year with it. My dad always told me, once you win at Star, we'll go to Hudson with the car, because there's always more cars at Hudson. So the next day after I won at Star, he kept his promise. We went to Hudson. I won there too. So I think I won 8 races that year in that car, and I lost the championship at Star by 1 point somehow.
How many do you have championships already, or no?
I do. I have one at Hudson in my first year in a streeter. I'm in Beecher's car now, and I probably should have had at least 3. I finished second a bunch of times. Ben beat me one
I
time.
beat you once, barely though.
Yeah, that
That's
was
got to be the
one.
worst, though.
I hate finishing second in anything, whether it's points or
No.
the
Winning
race.
a championship your first year in, and you'd be like, "This is awesome, I rule," and then you go out and never win another one.
No, not really, because I moved up division. Like I won the championship, and then I wanted to race Outlaws. I thought that was going to be bigger, badder, funner, and I almost won the championship in that too. And but we couldn't really. It was kind of like a dying division at the point, so went back to streeters.
Daryl says he remembers watching you and Chris Jacobson fighting for a Roadrunner championship when he first started going back to the local tracks.
Yep, that was the year I lost by a point. It was 2014, so 10 years ago. I was 16 years old.
I don't think I would ever want to lose by under 5 points.
Yeah, it's
Because
tough.
that's one of those, like, now you start running back in your head, like, wait, it's that day right here, or it was this stupid move I made right here. It makes you really consider every single thing that you've done.
It's tough, and I've never really been like a points racer. I've always just raced, and I've always
Points racing sucks.
It does suck, but I
It
always end
sucks.
up in the top 3, and I'm like, fuck. Now I got to show up every week. Like, this does suck.
Like I said, the one year I points race is when you and me were going at it, and I hated it because my dad's like, "You need to do this, you need to do that." I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, I just want to go out there and have fun, and
Yeah.
race, and just piss people off."
Well,
So
we pissed each other
we
off.
pissed each other off.
What was I have to ask this, what was your biggest bonehead move that you've made where you've either moved somebody and then you regretted it, or there's
I've
got to be
regretted-
something?
I don't regret doing it. I regret not doing it to some people. Like, I feel like I'm too nice sometimes.
Actually, you are fairly clean out there.
I try to race people how I want to be raced, and if there's a problem, like I'd rather fight with you in the pits. Like, wrecking you's not going to solve anything. I feel like so.
Well, hold on, man. The run with your brung race when you and George got into it, and then remember you went up into the wall.
Yeah.
You got out of the car.
I was
yelling
ready
at
to
him, he
rip.
got
I was
out of
ready
the
to
car.
rip him out of the car.
And George is smiling, doing his typical the George Baldwin thing. And I remember, and I remember it was Craig Smith. He goes, "Throw them off the track." I go, "Absolutely not," because that's when Speed 51 was out there. And I go, "Put the camera right on them, and we'll let they throw a punch because we're on live TV. I want people to see this." Actually, I think that day, I know my dad was pissed off because his car got wrecked. But I'm like, "Hey, thanks." I went up to George, like, "Hey, thanks. I got a bunch of views from this now."
Honestly, I feel like if I was in my own car, it probably would have been worse than it was. But I couldn't do anything. I was driving your dad's car. I mean, if I'm driving somebody else's car,
You would have been fine with it.
I can't make a fool out of myself driving somebody else's car.
I did the same thing when we were at Claremont when they had a 6-shooter incident on the track, and then when those cars came off, immediately I saw the cops heading that way. I was like, Dylan, get your camera spun into the pits and zoomed right in on that. I want to watch that entire thing, and then we broadcasted the whole thing. If it's happening on those facilities, guys, we're gonna show it. So that is what it is. The only thing we don't show is if somebody is
Someone's
hurt,
really bad. We won't do
or
that.
if we don't know they're hurt. The other thing, I'm looking for somebody who's maybe 5'6" and about 150 pounds. I have a really, really cool tire costume I would like to stick somebody in called Wheelie. You're not going to fit in it.
Is that it though?
That is it.
Yeah, we spent all the money on it, and we haven't even used it once.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
it
pretty
won't.
cool.
Yeah, it won't be able to reach over this way.
That's pretty cool.
But we would like to get somebody in the mascot for the next couple races. So if you or somebody you know would fit in
I got
that,
the perfect candidate.
who?
Albie Ovitt.
Oh my God, he'd fit in that
for
thing
a minute.
perfect. Actually, I've seen him wear a hat almost that color.
Actually, that might be his hat.
You know what we do? We need to make him a cape that's gray, so it looks like he's doing a burnout.
I think
That'd be awesome.
Albie probably would get in the Grand Prix race.
That masses that leaves me out. I got a half an arm in it. That thing is
I
tiny.
got it, but I looked like I was wearing a really bad belly shirt.
Oh, Albie over. Yeah, there we go. That is all I have. I mean, if you guys have anything else.
Well, I mean,
we don't have a lot of racing to talk
so
about.
the dwarf cars went to Waterford.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the dwarf
That-
cars.
Yeah, so we went to Waterford for the first time, made a trip down south, if you will. We went with, we had 16 cars, pretty impressed first time there. Long haul for a lot of our drivers. We lost one in practice, unfortunately, but 15 cars went out there. Tom Harwood started 10th or 11th, I think, somewhere in there, 10th. Yeah, somewhere in
And they
there.
went on to do Tom Harwood things.
Yeah, I mean, he found the outside. And if you've been to Waterford, the outside there is fast. He was passing. He got lucky with a caution. One caution, caused by his teammate Zig Gino. He pulled a ZGS and decided to go through that.
I checked his temperature here in studio, a couple days before, too.
Overzealous. He wanted that win and went a little early there. But it was a great time. We had Tom Harwood won, obviously. I said that. Zig Gino did recover. He fell back to like 6th, came back up, finished 2nd. Cody Hodgson finished 3rd. Jason Hodgson was able to hold on for 4th after his car got really tight after the caution. I thought he might have a chance to win. And Ryan Carmen, just fast all day, consistent, finished 5th. It was a lot of fun to see everybody. We had a lot of different groups going on. No, you didn't bring out the yellow.
No, didn't bring out the yellow.
I mean, technically, it was the dirt you threw on the track that brought out the yellow.
In our defense, there was a picture of you broadside in the grass. So, I mean, the rear tires were kind of aiming towards that
All right, so Albie's here and is confused because he says Albie Ovitt and the laughy signal. Yeah, and he just said, Jaden, what's funny? We would like you to be the new guy who jumps in the wheelie costume because I think you would absolutely fit it perfectly.
Up and show it to him?
Yes, pick it up and show it.
This is you, Albie.
Wheelie. We need you, Albie, in this.
Look at that right there.
I feel like there's a good screenshot of me right here.
Don't worry. Someone's going to get that. We want to try to get that thing out and about at the racetracks. That would be absolutely fun to see out there and the kids interacting with it. So,
hey, you know what? Actually, Dennis, you could fit in that, and you could.
No.
Wheelie the tech guy.
Oh, that would be.
You shouldn't have said anything. You could have walked around the pits
Austin tried to get in and he wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
He's not of the right
I
stature.
don't even think my wrist would fit through that thing.
You get your wrist in. That's about it.
Yeah.
So what is on the agenda next for the New England Dwarf Car
So
Series?
dwarf cars are off for a few weeks. We're gonna Friday, June 28th. We're going to Star, and then after that we got Hudson in the middle of July and Lee to round out the end of July.
Yep.
So we got a couple gaps going on for the next few weeks. We did the same thing in August. Give these guys some time to enjoy the summer weather and get some racing in. And
Do you still have a bunch of dwarf cars, man?
Oh yeah, I got.
Have you been in one?
4.
No, that's why I'm asking.
So I got my big fat guy chassis that I gotta get done. I have 2 right now are at Stu McCormick and Jeff Peabody's shop to get done. The black one that Stu drives, I don't know if he's redoing the bar on that one or not, but I have a white one. It's a Pro chassis that's like really nice. It's an older chassis, but it's nice. And then I have Cole Littlewood still got my other one.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That's been MIA for a while.
Yeah.
So.
he'll be at Hudson in July.
Yeah.
I was talking to him
And then I got
weeks ago.
my super fat guy chassis, which honestly, now I say super fat guy chassis because you got to be if Cole Littlewood got in my car, he could like swim in this thing.
Would he even see over the steering wheel?
Well, no, that's just it. Because when I sit, I can see directly in the middle of the windshield. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able. I wanted when I sat in the thing, I wanted to be like I was sitting in like an actual like my old street stock.
I've seen it. I got to check it out
The
closer.
problem is it's heavy. Oh, is it heavy? So it's like I don't know what to do.
Raise the
I'm
weight
on a
rules.
diet.
The only problem is that all it is just bars. So I'd have to cut bars out of it. And I really don't want to do that to that thing.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's. Who knows?
So there's other cars out there as well for sale. So Ben has
Yep.
those. I mean, realistically, any of those could be sold if somebody wanted something.
And believe it or not, if you find an old Legend chassis, there's guys out there that will literally just take the snout, cut it off, and put a Pro chassis on it and a Pro snout on it, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, we had one gentleman came up to us when we were at Waterford actually, and he's like, "I got 4 or 5 Legend cars. What do I need to do to run with you guys?" And you know, the honest answer is, pull the fenders off, slap a different motor in there, and you're probably pretty close to legal.
You could run the suspension that's on those cars. Right. You can, but the only problem is it's a disadvantage.
Right. You know,
but,
so
I mean, if you want to get your feet wet in this division, you can more than welcome to do that.
Yeah, the Legends are pretty big down there. I actually believe they race in there tonight. Actually, they do Wednesday night races.
They race
there.
Wednesday there with 2 different classes, I believe.
Yeah, they do. They have like bone stock streeter division and like a bone stock 4-cylinder division. Bandos and Legends on Wednesday nights.
Tell you one thing, Legend guys, they love coming to Hudson though. Holy crap!
They love spending money too.
It's a fast track for them.
It is,
Yeah.
and you know what I like too is that when the Bandos go to Lee, they draft.
Those things are
And
fast.
there's 4 of them, nose to tail, like this is drafting. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, you got to admit that's cool.
I remember the day that massive stacker showed up at Hudson. I was like, ooh, what's in that?
Oh,
A pro
yeah,
stock?
just-
The guy wheels out one Bandolero.
Was that? Oh, never mind.
I was like,
No,
Because there's a guy that showed up with a camper and a stacker. I think he came from Florida, and he had a Bando and a Legend. I'm like, you mean to tell me? And it was a good
Double
sized double
stacker,
stacker.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's that? I look in there. He's got a regular car in there that he drives around because he just I'm like, okay. I'm like, that
it actually makes sense that at that point that
Ben saw his future.
No,
I remember a couple
Yeah,
years
maybe,
ago,
but who knows?
Newcomb came with his stacker, but
Yeah.
I think he had the late models in it, if I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
yeah.
that those things are huge. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you get them at Hudson too, and you're like, what are you gonna do with this thing? The thing is massive.
Well, you know what it is too is that I try and keep when you drive into the pits to the right. I try and keep the last like 5 or 6 spots open because those are the biggest spots in the pits. And then if I'm not parking, guys, I look out and there's Austin Erickson in his open trailer parked way down at the end. I'm
That's
like,
my spot.
I'm like, Austin, no, you gotta get it out of here. I need that.
Hey, I waited the last time we were there. I waited and waited and waited, and nobody showed up, and the heats were rolling out, and Donnie showed up and pulled in there. I was like, I'm going next to Donnie.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I look at this as soon as heats roll off, that you're late. You're late to the show, so forget it.
Yeah.
So,
spots open.
yeah.
All right, so guys, we will be at Claremont Motorsports Park. It's gonna be a great event. We got to keep the weather out of here, but we're going 77 laps, super streets, summer 6-pack series. $15 to get in.
Yep.
How can you beat that? $15 to get in. So you guys want to come out, check out some action, get your family 4-pack. $30 gets you in the door. Get yourself some food. Get some coloring pages done with those kids. I'm going to bring some over to Claremont for this weekend too. So. Action kicks off at 7 o'clock, guys. And then we'll be down at Hudson on the 16th as well. NEMA Lights, Jim O'Brien Memorial, 50 laps, NEMA Lights. McMulkin Chevrolet, Sportsman Modifieds, and Northeast Auto Imports, Super Streets, Ridge Runners, Granite State Gun Range, Indoor 6-shooters, and the MLM Diagnostic Service Pure Stocks. Main gates open at 11:30. Practice at 12:05. Race time is at 1:15. It's going to be a fun, action-filled weekend of racing.
And actually, Claremont too. I dropped off the ride-along car up there too.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were talking about that yet.
Tough
So
shit. We're talking about it now. we got 6 minutes to kill, so screw it. We'll bring it up.
well, actually, we
Ride-along
started
car.
5 minutes early. So
What's a ride-along car?
Who's driving
So-
the ride-along car? is the question.
So there was an ongoing bet that the first passenger in the ride-along car is John Espernette with Mike Parks driving. So I'm gonna
we
have,
do the
to, I'm gonna,
in-car
I'm gonna
camera for
have
that?
to redo that car when that one's.
So
First
me and
out,
John
yeah.
tried to take it out. Last Friday, I couldn't get it in reverse.
No.
It doesn't have real reverse.
No,
And now
so
I know how to do it.
It's a 4-speed, but the reverse is like a big button, like a PTO button you pull up. Like
Servo that you pull.
you pull it up. So
Sounds like a
it's-
dump truck, not a race car.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, it's got a hitch on the back.
Nice.
It's weird. I put on my lift. I'm looking at it and go, hey, Tyson, I've never seen a race car have a hitch before.
Wonder why.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they use it for like parades and stuff. And they
That
tow
would
the
make
trailers.
sense.
The other thing would be maybe because some kind of securing on some of their trailers that they were using. Maybe.
But you don't need a hitch.
I know.
I mean, you could just use a
I'm
you know
just
piece
It's a
of
basket
tubing or
strap.
something.
That's all you need.
Pull another ride-along car from the back.
I've actually had, so that was one of the questions, and we haven't discussed that at all. I had 5 or 6 modified and super street drivers over at Claremont and say, you know what you should do is put us in the car, alternate it out. We would donate our time, and I don't know how you can do that.
Well, that's just it. So I'm pretty much the seat's big, so I fit in it. If I can fit my fat ass in it.
That's
so,
right. I just got done saying I got stuck in it.
It's okay, Mike. It's okay. So what you can do is, I think it's a Kirky seat. You can get different inserts.
Yep.
For it. So it's okay. You know
I did get stuck in it without an insert, just so you know.
Yes, I didn't get stuck.
Yeah.
in it. So you could just do inserts. The only problem is that it might be too short for where the pedals are. So it'd be one of those things where
The pedals are quite far away in that car. I could barely reach
I'm
them.
fine with them, so
You have really long legs.
I don't have long legs. I have a
That'd
really
be
long
longer than me
torso.
because I could barely push the clutch in all the way.
Mark,
I mean, were you there when Ben tried to get into my car last year?
No.
oh my
man.
God, that was scary.
I should let him explain it. It was freaking hilarious.
I gotta hear this.
So, Austin's car, the window, the body
Yes,
window,
yes, I know
is
what you're gonna say.
massive. The cage is halfway down the bottom of the window.
Well, hold on a
Now you
second.
get the fat
it's
guy
only
flap.
like that because of the roof height rule that we all have, and the roof has to be friggin' way up here, and that's what makes it look like that.
Well, so anyway,
So it's Dennis's.
I try and get in the
Whoever
car,
wrote the rule book.
and my stomach gets stuck on the bar, and I can't swivel my legs. So now I'm stuck, and every time
Matt says his new job.
if I get stuck or if I feel like I can't move, I get like claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I panic.
Yeah,
and
he
I'm
was
like,
having
no, I'm like, get me out of this thing. I'm like ripping my.
He started freaking out. I thought I was gonna have to lube him up and freaking pull him
Oh, yeah,
out.
it was bad. I go, awesome, thank you for letting me try, but I can't because that happened to me once before. I was gonna try a dirt modified. He brought it to Hudson, and
I could get in your car.
Well, now you
Especially
could.
with the fat guy
Anybody
flap
can
now.
get
I
in
didn't
there
have
now.
a fat guy flap.
Top of
but
the
awesome.
line.
Anybody can get in there
Idea.
now.
Your dad, it says, is his new job. That's the only body panel I want for me personally is off your dad's Florida mod. I love the color scheme on, and I've said that to him. Like, when you get ready to put a new body or sell it, I will buy you a door
color
panel
is awesome.
to swap it because the color scheme, the way the numbers look, I love that car.
So here's the thing. My dad is the old school way of thinking where you don't need to, the car doesn't need to turn. You just need to have a massive motor in it. So he goes out and gets this experimental motor. It's a 350 with LS7 heads on it. And it looks like, you look at this and it's just plumbing thing, plumbing hoses everywhere. And I go, what the hell is this? We blew up a motor. We threw this thing in. Now, bear in mind, it took us all day to do it. So we get to the track. The cars are in staging when we get there. This is New Smyrna. I literally park the truck because I'm driving. Park the truck. I throw my suit on. They go out. There's guys seeing us do this, and there's guys throwing, unloading the car, and I'm trying to get in. I literally go out on staging road. I go out. I literally catch the tail on the field right before they're going to throw the green. I go out there. Car's not even warmed up. I'm like, all right, let's see how this thing goes. I'm going and going and going. The thing continues. I go halfway, and the thing just like a dragster locks the back end up and just goes like this. Like, holy crap! Few races, goes and goes and goes. All right, so 5 laps in, it starts to get a little warm. Like, okay, whatever, it's still fine. I see a guy a full straightaway ahead of me. Like, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he was far. And I'm gonna see if I can catch him. So I'm going 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Go, screw it, I'm gonna go full throttle. So I come off a 4 in the car straight, put it right to the floor. It kicks sideways just a little bit, and just like 88 miles an hour and freaking Back to the Future. Just down. I'm like, holy crap! Thing overheated, started pushing water, lost all power, had to pull it in.
Oh, I have a shout out to give. I got to give a shout out to our newest RaceDayTV stream sponsor, Harris Spray Foam.
Yep.
Guys, if you want, I'll tell you right now, I'll give you the first, and this is an unpaid testimonial. The tower at Hudson was probably close to what I think hell was like.
There's a sauna in there.
I'm pretty sure it was about that level. It was uncomfortable. It was so loud. It was hot. It was
god awful.
gross.
It was god awful.
Harris Spray Foam came in and spray foamed that last year, and that tower now you could cool it with an ice cube. I'm not even joking. Like we actually have to turn the AC off in there now.
And the sound deadening it did was insane because usually
We had to give John a set of headphones like this because he couldn't hear himself out on the track anymore.
Yeah.
So he had no clue if the speakers were working or not. So we had to give him a set of headphones in there for that. Guys, Harris Spray Foam, support the guys who support us. He jumped on board to be a stream sponsor, and so can't you. If you want to get your business out in front of thousands of people at this point, reach on out to me, Mark at RaceDayNH.com. We do have also looking for an instant replay sponsor. We're looking for a in-car camera sponsor. So anytime we're on those cameras, it'll have your nice little logo in the bottom corner of the stream. Reach out to me. We'd love to integrate you more into our stream. If you have commercials, we'd love to run them as well. And like I said, Race Day TV will be at Open Wheel Wednesday. We're the only place to watch it, actually, unless you're down there in person. So, and it is the same exact price as a ticket to get into the race. Can't beat that. Austin, thanks for finally coming on, man.
Thank you guys for having me. I know we've been talking about it for like a couple months now.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I know we all talked about it last week, and I immediately forgot. And then Ben says to me 2 days ago, was like, Austin's still coming on, right? I was like, oh, that's something you set up. I forgot.
I think I messaged you last time. Like, hey, you're still coming on the show, right?
Ben texted me like 10 o'clock last night. He's like, hey, you coming on tomorrow night? I'm like, I didn't forget about it, but I didn't hear from you guys. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm still down.
So we are excited. Austin is excited. I guarantee he's going to get his first win at Lee. And I hope when you do, like, it's insane.
I hope so too. I got
burn that bitch down.
come on.
There's tire rolls.
Softener, that'll be fine.
Oh, guy,
Treatment.
tire rules. You're worried about tire rules? That would be your first win at somewheres that you've never been able to win.
Yeah, I know, and I've been racing there for a long time, and so it's definitely been a long time coming. Hopefully, I can talk my old man into bringing the car up there for a couple times this year at least.
Let him come, please. You gotta let your kid get his way. Yeah, shirt has to come off.
Yeah,
and do that right over the head and spinning it, dude. That would be awesome. Because I guarantee that would be cut up into a clip and put on our TikTok and YouTube and Facebook in about 1 second. I bet the race night wouldn't even be over, and I'd have that thing cut up online. That's all I have. Thank you for coming on. Ryan, thank you for coming on. Ben, thank you for all the steps you took to make the tracks this week a lot more affordable and fan and driver friendly. That is much appreciated from me and everybody who comes there.
Always trying.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
We will see you guys Claremont Motorsports Park Friday night and Hudson International Speedway on Sunday. And we'll see you guys the following week at Lee USA Speedway. Kyle Busch is here. Love him, hate him. You want him to get the victory. You want him to get the DQ. Whatever it takes, come out and see it, because the only place you're going to see it is Race Day TV or at the racetrack. And with that, we'll see you at the track. Have fun, guys.